New figures show job losses, a soft housing market and the high Australian dollar have pushed Victoria's state budget further into deficit. But as Frances Bell reports, the Premier insists the government's still on track to post a modest surplus come budget day.
As Victoria's budget slides further into the red, the Premier is still keeping the faith.
We will never talk this economy down.
But the figures aren't pretty. The latest Treasury update shows a deficit of $341 million for the half year to December, down from a $500 million surplus at the same time last year. The result's been blamed on headwinds caused by the high Australian dollar, a spike in job losses, weaker consumer spending and a stagnant housing market. Over the same period, government net debt grew by $3.5 billion to $15.3 billion.
And Victorians are entitled to ask, what are they getting for the increased debt that the state government is imposing on them? What are they getting in terms of infrastructure projects?
The government now has its work cut out to deliver its promised budget surplus of at least $100 million. Land tax receipts and Commonwealth grants will boost revenue this half of the financial year, but other income streams like stamp duty are likely to remain weak. The Premier says the surplus will be achieved because of the additional measures announced last December, including cutting 3,600 jobs from the public sector and taking a $471 million dividend from WorkCover.
We will take a responsible approach to budgeting in this state, and we will correct the mistakes left to us by the Labor government.
As for whether there's any further pain in store in the May budget,
I'm not going to get into budget speculation, and you wouldn't expect me to, and I know you're always keen to do that, but I'm not going to do that for the forthcoming budget.
And he's confirmed an independent report on the state's finances, headed by the former Treasury Secretary Michael Vertigan, won't be released until after the budget. Frances Bell, ABC News, Melbourne.